Hi there, I'm Nick, I'm autistic, and I also have ADHD. Now, as an autistic person, I'm obviously really rude, cold, and antisocial, aren't I? No, not really. But for me, autism comes with huge communication problems, which can make me seem rude or distant. And so how do I cope? Firstly, telephone calls. I absolutely hate making telephone calls. I hate answering the phone if it's someone I don't know. Now, a lot of government departments nowadays, or doctors, will send you a message saying, we're going to phone you, but the number's going to be sealed. That I don't like at all, but it's just what you have to do. It makes me incredibly uncomfortable. I don't like it at all, so I can become very monotonous and very abrupt, and I will just give the minimum required answer. That, of course, can come across as rude. I don't mean to be rude, I'm just really uncomfortable on the telephone. In the personal life, there's really only two people that I talk to on the telephone. One's my friend / unofficial carer, and the other one is my alive aunt. Obviously, I don't talk to my dead aunt, because that would involve a séance, and I'm not sure whether séances work or not. Anyone else? No, not really. In a work situation, if I've got to make a phone call, panic will set in. I freeze. I delegate where possible, and if I can't delegate, I will distract myself to the last possible minute and make a highly scripted phone call. And I'm so busy concentrating on getting the words right that I'm not listening. I'm not bringing the information in. I'm not receiving as I should. And if people aren't answering in the way that I have in my head rehearsed that they will answer, I'm completely thrown. So I would never be able to make a career in sales, marketing, or anything that involves a lot of telephone communication. The entire act of talking on the phone causes my brain to literally fritz out. And excuse the clap there, a mosquito went past. Video calls. I can do video calls to a point, but I only generally do them with people that I know well, or with medical professionals for telehealth appointments. These are easier than phone calls, but I still struggle to know when it's my turn to speak, or when I'm supposed to shut up. Email is my preferred form of communication, however I tend to be overly explanatory, and this can often cause confusion for the recipient. I really struggle with comments on here. I know I'm supposed to interact with you guys, but I haven't quite figured out how I should do that yet. I see that I have a comment, and I'm usually pleased that I have one, but then I freeze. So apologies if I don't answer, or if my responses are a little bit skew if. I haven't worked out quite what I'm supposed to say. The whole back and forth is very, very difficult for me. Face to face, like I've said before, I dread this unless I know the person really well, because interaction with people on no matter what level takes an enormous toll. I am learning that I actively need to take time out. Last week, for example, I had a full house for 5 days. I can't remember the last time I had that. So my 2 sons, a daughter-in-law, and an ex-husband came out to stay. Now, I absolutely loved having my family here, but I really appreciated that one son also needs paced interactions, and the other and his wife both work for themselves, so needed to take time out and sit in my office for work purposes. This gave me the necessary time away to recharge, to be able to handle social dinner interactions and post-dinner family board games. I am learning now to ask for that time out, because timeout is essential. Interestingly, once everyone vacated the premises, all the air went quiet. There wasn't the whole human electrical buzzy thing that I'm used to being. So normally if people are just in the house, even if they're quiet, there's still all this fritzing and faffing and interference, like white noise typey stuff that goes on. People leave the house and whoosh, all that comes down. It's really quite amazing. My tension level just drops. Communicating with people, particularly neurotypical people, is physically, mentally draining when you're an autistic person. So if we appear abrupt, or we're just staring, or we're talking out of turn, we're not meaning to be rude. We're just not very good with the back and forth. We have this whole delayed processing issue. We rely on scripting to talk to you because we have a whole different language base from which to start. So we're not rude. Please try and understand that.